You aren't dancing or anything to start?
I want you to know I have been practicing my dance moves.
She does every night at dinner
with my kids.
with Kai. She practices a new dance.
Because Kai's a
Kai
really good
is a
dancer.
fantastic dancer, but won't dance
So
for anybody but us.
Yeah.
And is that your son or your daughter?
My son.
Your son.
You heard her already. Who is it?
Who is it? She's right over there. So, but I'm gonna try and I'm gonna have a recital for you. It's a dance recital at some point.
So, good morning to A1 Reno
Good morning.
Vacuum
Good
and Sewing.
So it is. It's Tuesday, the 19th.
That's almost the song you sing every day.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's a good song.
It's really good.
Wake up, you sleepy yet?
So, weather, 59 degrees. It was cold today. I walked outside and I was cold because yesterday was the same and it didn't feel as cold yesterday because I think the sun was out.
Yes.
Right?
Now it's all cloudy.
Yeah, now it's cloudy.
And that is your morning lesson on how weather works.
That's so obnoxious. Okay. Did we have any announcements or anything? Should we talk about deal of the day so we can go into
Yeah, and I'm gonna turn deal of the day on in like 5 minutes. But yeah, deal of the day.
Deal of the day is Kimberbell bench pillows.
They're so cute.
Yeah, and I said to Patrick, I said, is the America one on there? That one's kind of important.
God Bless America,
yeah.
I think is on there. Yeah.
Okay. So I said to Patrick this morning, I go, are we ready for deal of the day? And because he entered everything. And then he said that I asked him if he put them all in. I said, how many did you put in? And he said 12. There were 12. I go, there's 30 of them. So I said, you got to put them all in right now. And he said, no. So, so what's
That'll
on
be
there?
part 2.
Yes. So what's on there is going to be a deal
That's
of
what
the
is
day.
easily available right now too.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'll do a part 2. So if the one you want isn't on there, that's the guy. And then, but we'll do another one where we have them all. But this is going to be special order. I only have one of 2 of each one in the store. So it's going to be, most likely it's going to be special order. What was our deal of the day, Patrick? Was it 25% off? I think it's 20. See how prepared we are at A1 Vacuum and Sewing, but you guys are used to it and you're so good to us. You don't make us feel bad that we're not perfect. So, that's it.
That's everything.
Bench pillows. We have so many of them.
Oh my
They're
God.
so beautiful.
I should go grab
Wait, let
them.
me
They're
grab.
so
I'm gonna grab.
cute.
Yeah, hang on. I know this is.
Oh, good morning, Robin. Good morning, Roxanne. Good morning, everyone.
Hang on. Oh my God, I'm gonna fall.
You should have had me grab.
This will be a class 2.
Yes. They're so cute.
So this one's coming. So you guys saw the one that I showed you yesterday. That's going to be an upcoming class. That's on the calendar, and it's going to be on. Was it the 12th? The 8th. The 8th. So that one's going to be the 8th. This one, we'll be doing this one too. This is the one I asked Patrick if this was on. Don't you love it? And it says America, land that I love. 4th of July is coming up, so you should add this to your collection of bench pillows. Dimensional pinwheels, aren't those adorable? And then I just brought this one up.
I love this one. I love all the embellishments.
If you didn't get a
on
chance to do this one is the Luck of the Irish one.
Look at the gnome.
Look at the gnome.
It's so cute. I love the little noses.
See, this is why I need Shauna here. Because I can't remember anything and Shauna remembers everything.
No.
So yeah, look at the gnome. It was.
I think
this one was such a
so
cute one.
It's
So if you wanted to do that one, I mean, I'm dying to do this one. We'll definitely. This will be a class at the end of the year, or maybe we'll do Christmas in July. But this one is the Ginger's Kitchen. I haven't even done this one yet. So cute. So now that you know the deal of the day, and we think we know the discount, we're going to introduce to you our celebrity that's going to be joining us as an educator. I know it's all shaking because Shauna's doing the drum roll on the table. And without any more introduction, this is Michelle Gilmartin, and we're so happy to have her. And we are not doing Technique Tuesday today. What we're going to be doing is we're doing Trunk Show Tuesday, and we're going to show off some of her creations, and we're going to talk to her about the event that we're going to be doing that's going to be in June, and we're trying to move this a little bit closer.
I'll give YouTube a sneak peek, a closer look.
Yes. And so Michelle, if you just tell us a little bit about your background, and then we'll show off some of the things that are going to be coming up.
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's good to be back in Reno again. For those of you that have never met me, I have spent the last 15 years working full-time for Brother in the Education and Planning Department. I have been paired with the multi-needle machines for the last 15 years, but I'm also very well versed on the other machines. All of the knowledge translates well to the baby lock people, so there's no shame in either one right now. Everybody has a good time, and I'm looking forward to having the next chapter be in Reno, where I don't have as many miles as a flight attendant.
Yeah, because Michelle's been traveling around the country. I met her because she did all the training for the dealers. So when we would go for, and that's where Shauna, you can put that up there because I want you to be in this too.
You want me to be in it?
Yes. So Shauna met her as well. Where was that in? Where were you? Nashville?
No.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. I know.
Orleans.
Some people call it New Orleans. Some people call it New Orleans. And then she travels around the country and does events at the different dealers too. So
Live classes,
exciting.
hands-on classes,
hands-on
online
classes.
classes.
Incredible.
One of the biggest parts of my job was finding a way to explain and present the wow features of the machines that you bought and how to use those wow features.
Yes. And I was wowed. So Michelle dropped off a tote of different projects she had, and I was telling you about them, how I was looking at them, and I kept getting more and more excited. So we're going to show you some of those projects, and some of these are going to be upcoming classes that we're going to be doing, and we're just super excited. So
I'm so excited.
This one?
Sure.
Oh my god! I think this is so cute.
This is actually an in the hoop wallet. You may have done it as a sewing pattern, but this one was done all in the hoop.
In the hoop?
It has Disney on it, but only because I love Disney. You can put whatever applique or embroidery design on it that you wish. The file for the in the hoop wallet is just got a blank front on it, so it's an oyster of creativity of whatever you want to put on it.
Yeah, because we've done this class. We've done a class similar to this, but this one is created entirely in the hoop. And
That's
Michelle,
amazing.
like these, the things that are on here, like the applique that was done on here.
Yes. That was done by merging an applique design onto another design. You can do it in software, or you can bring it in on your machine.
Wow.
It's easier to do it in software because you can place it exactly where it needs to sew. But if you don't have software, or if you're afraid of software, then we can merge that design right on the screen of your sewing machine. You'll just have to sew it at a specific time and then go back to your wallet.
Yeah. So software is something that we're going to be trying to teach more, because
so
we have Michelle, and these are things that you can create in software. I know a lot of you got software when you purchased your Luminaire and your Solaris, and I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you haven't opened your software yet, but I
won't ask them
know
either.
we're not going to. But how about if somebody can show you? I mean, you could go and get into software and spend hours and hours and days and your lifetime learning the software, or we can have somebody show you some of the easier techniques to use the things that you'll use that will make your life easier, where you can customize things for what you want to do, right? Like
It's amazing.
something like this. So, and then in the hoop, Who doesn't
In the
love
hoop.
in the hoop? Like that we can do this in the hoop. I love that.
I think that's incredible.
We love that.
I love in the hoop. That's all I do.
What do you want next? Oh, yes.
Oh my god, I love these. I love these. I love these. I
Wait,
saw
yes.
them at New Orleans.
Yes.
I had them on all the USPs that were there, and I
Every
was like
machine had one, yes.
completely amazed because I love keychains and I love making keychains, and I thought these were perfect like USB tags. Like they
If
are
you lose
so
USBs?
perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
If you're like me and you lost something that you had in your hand
They're
5
so
minutes ago and you
yes.
spend 20 minutes
Yes.
looking for it, you won't if you have this on it.
These are so incredible.
So what I love about Michelle's USB tags, because I've done this with other educators. I've been to classes where other educators teach these, but they're not like Michelle's. Michelle's are from start to finish. They're just
perfect.
Remember I was telling you we were talking about Spinal Tap, and others are 10. I would say this is more like a 12 or 13 or 14.
Easily.
Okay, so here's one of them that she did.
I'm obsessed with the detail she puts.
That's
into
it. It's the
It's
detail.
the detail.
It's
It
the
is
detail
so
from
cute.
everything. Oh, you're not seeing it in the other one. Okay, from everything from the vinyl. Is this vinyl that you
It
used?
is.
Okay,
Glitter vinyl.
from the glitter vinyl that she used to the way she embellished later on, and like how'd you get the red behind? Like, is that applique? The red?
The red is, no, it was an SVG file turned to embroidery in the software.
Oh, so is that stitched?
Wow.
So
It's
the red is stitched. So the
stitched.
red is
Stitched
stitched
and
on there.
Button, it's the back of a button was cut off and then glued to the front.
Wow.
That's incredible.
So
It's
okay,
so
here's
cute.
one of them.
It's,
I mean, these were done.
and like the little charms on it. It's so.
Yeah, the little charms and everything that just makes it so special. The font that she used. You brought this in.
That's
this
a
is
logo.
the logo.
That was a logo.
That's-
That was a vector graphic that
Oh my
is.
god.
So the logo was brought in the software.
Yes,
Okay, and then how hard is it to convert it? How
You
many
click.
clicks?
once.
One click.
Wow.
One click. Okay. One click, and then you can take your logo. So those of
That
you,
is
that's probably the biggest question we get.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
want software
Yes.
because they want to convert a logo.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people think that, yeah, I have this software. Now I want to make a logo for my husband's business.
Yes.
And we had a little conversation about this morning, that software requires knowledge and a knowledge of the tools. And if all you want to do is a logo, my best suggestion is that you outsource that, because wanting to do a detailed logo as your first project is like buying a tricycle and registering for the Tour de France. It's not going to happen. But all of these things that I have done are done in about 15 or 20 minutes or less. So there's a lot you can do.
Wow.
When I say this was a logo, this was just a piece. This is what I mean by a logo. It's a design that's either the brand name of your machine or the brand name of your cutting machine or others, your name, things like that, but not your husband's business logo.
So was it like a JPEG? Did you start with
It
or
was.
a
I
PNG?
started with a JPEG, and I just turned that JPEG into a vector file, which is an SVG. You find vector files in everything you use online.
If the word vector file scares you, it's SVG, right?
It's SVG.
and you guys
when
have heard that.
When you click on those little emoji things on your phone, that actually is an SVG. It's a vector file.
I didn't know that.
Did you know that?
Scary at all.
You ladies have been using
You're smarter
vector
than you
files,
God.
SVG files.
Because you love those emojis.
Yes. So, okay, here's another one.
I think
This is
so
I
cute.
love this too.
It's like the
Because
cherry
it's,
on
and I'm
top
going
of
to
the
show
cake.
you in the other one too. I have two different cameras
I
here.
love the little
But
bedazzle,
yeah, and just the way
the
she just
charms,
finishes everything.
the
Because you
little
know what?
star.
I'm a great starter, but I'm not a great finisher. But I look at these and I go, here she put a little rhinestone on there, and that just makes it look so much more special too. So, and then just digitize the
Again, logo.
What, how hard was it?
And that one wasn't hard because I got it from a colleague that already did.
Oh, yeah.
And so all I did was make the tag out of it. So-
But to do it with the logo, if you have the JPEG,
If you have the JPEG and it can be turned into a SVG file, it's a one click.
One click.
That's amazing.
One click. So, because, I know how stressful it can be to go, or intimidating to go, oh, software. One click. So, and
That's
you
okay.
have your software. Let's start using it. I know a lot of you have it. If you don't have it, Michelle was saying that, they're doing, what are they doing?
I believe software should be fun. So if you've read the manual, don't come to me because I've never read the manual. That's not fun.
I love that.
But what I also don't think that a lot of people know is if you think you might like software, but you're afraid to commit to the price of software, on the Brother website, you can download the full version of PE Design 11. But before you go running off, you cannot save or sew anything, but you will have full functionality of the program.
Ooh.
Just know that you can't save it or sew it. It's just it's
So you like play around and see.
Yeah.
you can play
dip
around.
your toe in the water.
any online presentation that I do, any little class that I do on how to create something in software, you would be able to follow along. You just would not be able to save it and sew it.
Yeah. So, because we are planning on doing some software classes, you don't have to make that huge commitment and go, oh, I have to buy this software.
No.
You're going to be able to sign up for a free trial
That's
and then
incredible.
do the class. You get everyone. We're trying to do stuff everyone can join us for.
Yes, and if they don't have software and we turn something like this into a class,
Love
then
that.
I will make the file available at a very nominal cost that you can just purchase through the store, and we can still all play along. This one actually
awesome.
involves Scan and Cut and an embroidery machine, so you hit all three. And again, if you don't have a Scan and Cut, not to worry, you won't be eliminated, or you can still participate because I will make a kit for you
Yes.
that will be
So-
available for purchase from the store.
Yeah. So,
How do you make the kit? On your Scan
On
and
my
Cut?
Scan and Cut.
yes.
I love that.
And then
On the-
Shauna can help if it becomes
Yes,
overwhelming.
yes.
And then if you want to practice, you can help.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
come to the store and come.
What was the discount?
I don't know, what was the discount.
On those, you have to tell me.
Let's do a big one today. Yeah.
What?
We're doing our discount. Patrick's putting it in right now. We're going to do 30% off
Wow.
Kimberbell pillows. So 30% off. So stock up on all those Kimberbell pillows. And if it's not on there, it'll be on the next one. That's why Patrick did it. Part 2. He did it for part. He's so smart. I love him. Okay. These are so
I am bow crazy, and I love bows because you can
my
actually use them as embellishment. Look how tiny that bow
Oh
is.
Yeah.
my goodness! Look at that itty bitty bow.
Do you see that on there? Oh,
Oh,
wait. I'm not showing it
It
to you.
is so stinking cute.
Yeah, and
then
I
look at
don't know if
this
you
big
can
bow.
see this. Yes.
This is fun because it incorporates the use of an old leather jacket, and your embroidery machine will sew over garment weight leather. So this is an in the hoop purse pattern, and then it's just been blinged to finish it
Look
because
how.
it's
Yeah.
not
It's-
finished until it's blinged.
Oh, and look at this little key tag she made.
Oh, yes.
too, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
frills on it. That is.
Because
so,
don't you feel like sometimes if you just added an embellishment to your
incredible.
project,
it
it
makes
would.
such a big difference.
Yeah, it would make such a huge difference. So I don't know if you can see
This is
this
flannel.
detail, but
So
this
nothing's
has
off limits.
this is vinyl with glitter
Look at
in
this.
between. So there's
Yes.
glitter. There's glitter in between there.
Oh
And-
my god.
I just love it. And then these are just different types of glitter vinyl, or these?
Yeah, and pretty much a lot of different.
Did you make this too?
No, that's
Okay.
that's Hobby
But
Lobby.
the fish.
But the fish.
Look
and
at that.
That's flannel,
Look at
so
the
you
little
don't have to just have
lipstick
regular
chapstick
fabric. You
holder.
can incorporate a lot
yeah.
of other things.
How
and-
cute is that? And it's
cute.
hanging on the outside because I always have to dig to find mine. And did you create this?
I did not. That's a purchase design, but I also can show people how to work with using rivets and how to get rivets placed. That's a rhinestone rivet.
And then cut on the Scan and Cut. Do you pre-cut these things on the Scan and Cut,
Yes,
or
if the-
are these pre-cut?
yeah. Those I didn't pre-cut, and here's why I don't pre-cut. The ones that have glitter inside.
Okay, here.
Oh
let
my
me see.
lord! If
Do
it
you
has
see
glitter,
this?
That's so.
There's
that is
glitter
containment
inside of
at
there.
all cost.
Yeah, and this is a little mermaid tail
It's
on the end
so
of this bow.
Cute.
Do you guys see that? Love that.
So, but the other one, the lipstick fob that Shauna has there, yes, those pieces were pre-cut on the Scan and Cut. If the vinyl is thin enough that I can get a nice clean cut out of it, then yes, I do pre-cut.
There she's.
Oh, sorry.
I know. I think I've been holding it up in front of Michelle's face
I love
this whole
that
time.
this is flannel and vinyl, and then you also incorporated it in this little like wrist. Oh my god, I just think this is like so.
Yeah. How hard was this to do?
That's
little
an In
wristlet.
the Hoop project. Again, it's
I
In
love
the
that.
Hoop.
I love that.
Because I think we all love In the Hoop because it makes us better than we are.
Yes, no,
Yes.
it does. That's why I do it.
You
Love
know, people say,
In the
well, do you
Hoop.
quilt? And I'm like, yeah, no, not really, because when I shred fabric and sew it back together, my points
is
never
so
match.
cute,
But if I
too.
do it in the hoop, they always
Yeah.
match.
It's always perfect.
This is so cute
Look
too
at
with
this,
this
and
like
this one has, like,
mermaid glitter.
Some like little glitters in it. I don't know if
This
you can
one's
see
a
the
zipper
glitter moving
pull.
around.
Oh, a zipper pull. I don't have a zipper on, but you know, imagine this little girl, and you could put this on her little zipper.
Cute.
How much would she love that?
This is
Okay.
so
I
cute.
love this. And I know some of you love Disney, some of you don't. Don't worry about it. Just, I want you to look at the concept. Those of you that love Disney are going to freak out right
Like,
now.
Can I say that
confetti
word?
in the
I can't say
bow.
that word. That's my
Freak
big,
out.
that's my bow.
Yes. That's the big butt bow. It's a big, that's, my kids won't say the A word because they think it's a swear. And so they'll say butt. So
I just have to
that's
show
the
you.
big butt bow.
Can you see how it's Mickey in the glitter? Do you
Oh,
see
yeah.
that? There's so
I
much
didn't
detail.
see that.
I love
There's
how
so much
detail.
detail.
Yeah, I love that. It is so
So
incredible.
that one is obviously was a Disney project because I am truly the probably the oldest Disney freak on the planet. But this was again a project created from an SVG file. You can do it in any fabric. You can do it with any theme. You can have a backyard barbecue theme. You can have a 4th of July party theme.
Yes.
You can have a baby theme. It's just a mixture of all sorts of different textures. I like the ribbons. I like the vinyl that's got a really crisp texture to it.
Yes.
It actually has some peel and stick vinyl that I cut
Yeah.
on the Scan and Cut that was a
See
built-in
this?
design. If you have the Disney Scan and Cut, if you don't,
That
guess
one?
what? There's hundreds of designs built in the other Scan and Cuts. It just gives you an opportunity
Oh.
on the two new Scan and Cuts on the Disney model and I think it's a 225
Mhm.
DX model. You have what we lovingly refer to as the kiss cut or the half cut,
Yes.
which we have to kind of make it happen on the 650 series, but on these we don't.
It's
we
so
just flip
easy.
the button and it cuts without cutting through the backing of the vinyl.
Yeah. So I know you ladies are excited. A lot of you just got the Scan and Cut at the when we had it for a deal of the day. Shauna just added a Get to Know Your Scan and Cut class.
On the
What day
11th?
is that? On the 11th. So June 11th. So you can go online and sign up, and then you can take all your skills and do all these fun projects. How did you do the banner part? Was that
The
how was that cut?
when the banner, the SVG file has the scallops in it. So
Okay.
it was, and then I just sent it to the Scan and Cut. And since this is a raw edge applique, I did not increase the size of the pieces at all. I just cut them as they were. And the inside has got some Peltex or
Mhm.
whatever you
So
call
it's
it
nice and firm.
to make it firm. That I reduced in size so that it wouldn't show or stick out the ends of the banner as much. And then the interior again was another SVG file. So literally I had the whole thing completely done in an afternoon. Yes.
So Scan and Cut cuts it.
Scan and cut it.
Because you ladies know what a pain in the butt, yes, it is to cut scallops. So
It's a pain.
this was on the Scan and Cut. It cut all of the little scallops for Michelle, and then she put it together, cut the vinyls, did the bow, SVG file, so software and Scan and Cut, and so adorable. But just imagine you doing this. Everyone likes to do pretty decorations, a birthday,
It's
a celebration,
so pretty.
a baby shower. Love this. Absolutely love that.
You're like a fountain of knowledge.
There's
and
so
I just
much
wanna get a
stuff.
cup and drink from it.
I am so excited to work with Shauna and with Jeannie because I have met both of them at back to business before.
Yeah.
And I am going to toot Shauna's horn a little bit now, because when I had Shauna in class, I was so impressed with her attention to detail and her ability to grasp a concept immediately
She's
and
so
just
smart.
take the ball and run with it. So I am so excited to work with Shauna.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
She's got a nice, fresh, young brain.
Oh no!
The kids call it big brain. I don't
Big
know if you
brain.
heard like the kids call it.
Oh,
I love these.
this.
How many of you have been dying to do one of the candy wrapper bags? And
Oh my God.
this makes it even. Look at her candy wrapper. This is from a friend that lives in Japan.
Japan, yes.
And sends these to her. It's got the bill. So you did
That
the bill.
one was created, it's still an in the hoop pattern, but
This is in the hoop. I didn't know that.
yeah, that one's in the hoop too.
In the hoop.
It's an in the hoop pattern. The quilting part was actually created, so I scanned the front of the candy bag in Design Center, and I applied the fill just to cover the parts of the candy bag that I was going to use, and sewed it out. Now, one of the things I love, again, it's just me, I love monofilament thread as quilting, because I really don't want to see, I want to see the texture but not the thread.
Did you have the other one too?
Oh.
There's another one. Game of Thrones fans. But I love this. And again, look at her detail. Just the pull. Because I make stuff. Mine's not as cute as Michelle's. Just the
wow.
attention to detail.
I don't know if you could see the quilting on there.
So
It
what is
so-
what's this made out
The
of?
quilting
This-
says Mother of Dragons for you Game of Thrones fan.
Yes,
The front
Mother
the
of
bag
Dragons.
is covered. This one is covered with matte vinyl, clear vinyl that
Look
you.
at that.
It's iron on, but it sticks pretty good. So a lot of times I don't iron it, but you can with obviously with an applique pressing sheet and a press cloth,
Love
because
God.
irons and vinyl are not friends.
Look at
In
this.
awe.
Look at the
I am
bling
in-
over here. So, like a dragon.
That was a
tail.
purchase design, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the circle one is one I just put together, the
Oh
one
my
next
God.
to it.
So if you've been dying to do a candy wrapper bag class, Michelle's gonna be
That's
doing one of
perfect.
these, and look how fantastic yours is.
The detail.
And look at this.
The detail.
So this is from the candy wrapper too. It
Yes.
says Oreo for the throne. For the throne. How cool is that?
That is incredible.
I know you know people that are just like crazy Game of Thrones fans. Like, how cool is that? How much would they like something like this that's so personalized and so special?
It's
So awesome. So I love, and remember I was telling you, she just bumps it up a notch. It
yes,
just, like,
she takes it to the next level.
yes.
Because, if any of you are out there, it's really hard sometimes. You do an in the hoop pattern and you're successful with it, which is great. But sometimes you just don't know how to take it to the next level. You don't have the idea. You don't know how to bring the ideas in. And so that's what I like to do, is I like to help you get your stuff to the next level.
Yes.
In other words, this is what we have. We have this candy bag. Do we just want some beads on it? How much of the candy bag do we have left? Do we have 2 candy bags? Can we make a whole bunch of accessories to go with the candy bag?
Accessories.
So we just keep, and we have to have a bow.
Yes.
I have to have a bow. You don't have to have a bow. I have to have a
Yes.
bow. I'm kind of bow crazy right now.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. That's again in the hoop.
Ooh.
And this
Same
was
pattern.
What fabric? It's a
This
laminated cotton? Or
This was
a vinyl?
just plain old everyday cotton that I put that same vinyl on, that
Yes.
clear
Ooh,
vinyl,
yes.
to make it a wipeable surface.
Oh, great. Okay.
Again, same in the hoop pattern.
Yeah,
So
same in the hoop
cute.
pattern. This was regular cotton. I sometimes buy laminated cotton. It's expensive.
It is.
Right now, if you're gonna buy laminated cotton, it's usually around $20 a
Mhm.
yard. So what if you could just take your own cotton and laminate it? So now this isn't gonna get dirty. It has a nice clean surface, easy to wipe off, in the hoop design. So you could go ahead and put this together, because I know you ladies you ladies are the biggest givers. I think sewists are the biggest
They
givers.
really are.
We are.
They because you
You
can
can
only
drop.
make so much for
Yeah.
yourself, right? You got it. So you love and you give stuff away that and people love it and appreciate it. So laminate your own cotton. Here we go.
Yeah.
I think this is
Like this
so
one?
cute. Are we saving this?
No,
Can I show them this?
that's
I
this.
think
So
this is-
that So one of the
Here, do you
things that I discovered this year in my quest for software knowledge was how to use an SVG file to make embroidery designs. So this is an example. You know, so 4th of July is our next holiday, I guess. So I wanted to have something with a firecracker. That almost fits, Jeannie.
If I just pull it down, really.
I pulled an SVG file down from a free site with firecrackers, and then I changed it to embroidery design. But what's fun about exploring SVG files is you can use any of the tools. So you can make it an applique. You can make it what they call that thin, light, airy stitching, which is great for baby onesies because they don't pucker. Even after they're washed.
Puckering. Remember, we had a customer, Gabi, that was having puckering. So here's a suggestion for you.
Yeah, light stitching. And then also the last one I just played with metallic thread and the top of the firecracker.
Bring it in so you can kind of see. It's hard to see with the laminate over it. And you can see the glitter up there. I think that is such a unique.
Look at the fills. So, I mean, you only have so many fills. If you have IQ Designer, you only have so many fills. That was a fill straight out of software.
Yes.
And you have that.
Motif stitch.
Yeah, you have, ladies, a lot of you have that. I mean, I love that stitch.
If you read the manual and you put it down because it was way over your head and you haven't had fun with it yet, we have plans for you.
So exciting! We're so excited.
I didn't get to see any of this really before.
Yeah.
So this is like all new to me, and I oh my.
We're so excited.
So this is, again, taking a sweatshirt over the top. So for those of you that have a sewing machine and you have basic sewing skills, incorporated in this is also lining the hood with a cotton fabric. We're going to trace the outline of the hood and line it so that we have a complete and ready to go. And you know, that's was done in software, that round applique monogram, it was split for a zipper. So it's using a couple of the tools.
These are my initials. Jeannie, my middle name is Lee. I know, hard to believe, but I used to be a Lee. Mulligan.
Is it really yours?
Well, I mean, not in the order, because how does the order go?
Yeah. Your last name would be in the middle and your first name would be in the front. And
how crazy is that?
That might have to become yours.
I love it.
One of the things that was always a challenge to me is I always had to figure out, now it's a two-sided story here. It's kind of funny. When you make samples for a living and you take samples to events and the samples get stolen, I don't get offended. I feel like people don't steal stuff they don't like.
Yeah,
so I look at it as a compliment. So my challenge was always, can I make something that's really cute but doesn't have initials that anybody in the world would have, so that maybe it'll still be there at the end of the show.
Those are my initials.
I've never met anybody. In 15 years with Brother, I have never met anybody with those.
Yeah.
That
crazy.
Okay, so
Gail loves the hoodie.
How about some?
Gail, you can make those for the grandkids. Yes. Wouldn't that be so sweet?
Oh yes, with fun fabric.
Oh my god, I love this.
Design Center
So
or IQ.
Let's show it to you. So Design Center or IQ, okay? And let's talk about how this was made.
That was a very detailed coloring book
I'll hold
picture
it over here.
that I scanned into Design Center. Now, some of you may have tried to do those things before and gotten a message that said the data is too complex.
And then you called us and we go, we don't know. You're like, how do we fix this? And we're like, we don't know. Now we know.
So you erase the bottom half using the grid and you let the machine digitize the top half. Then you bring it back, the image back in, and then you let it do the bottom half. And when you bring the two halves together on the screen of your sewing machine, they match.
Loves it. Sinead loves it.
Oh,
Sinead loves it. Isn't that cool? This was a coloring book.
Look at the hair. The peacock feathers.
Yeah.
Like,
how incredible is that?
The corset. I
Those
think
were
that is
painted.
So
that was painted.
Yes.
That's
so
amazing.
after, because it was just a coloring book with just the line.
It's on muslin.
And then you just took it in and you just.
I painted it with alcohol markers.
How much fun is that?
It was
Would
really
that be
fun.
so much fun?
When part of your job is coloring, it can't be bad.
Yeah.
you know, right?
Love
I'm just
this.
astonished with how it picked up all the detail in the hair and like the
Yeah.
line.
Okay,
those
look at the
thin,
detail
thin
in the
lines.
hair.
Because that's something that I've also had like a struggle with.
Yeah.
Is getting it to pick up all those lines, but now I know to just erase half of it.
Just erase
And
half.
Can you
one
believe
part of
that?
it. That is
So
like,
amazing.
incredible.
Love this.
You really take everything to like the next level. Like I think that is so.
And there's not,
insanely
there's
amazing.
not, unless you find somebody incredible like Michelle that can teach you, because
I don't know if
we
I'm
didn't know
incredible,
that,
but I'm
and
incredibly
nobody's-
curious.
we didn't know that we had somebody, that there was a resource to tell us
Yeah.
how to fix out one simple problem that you just need
Yeah.
to
Erase half of it.
erase and yeah, and that
Erase half.
takes somebody that's put the time in, and
Yes.
they've troubleshot and they've tried different things, and sometimes I get to the point where I don't want to try anymore,
Yeah.
and I go,
it-
I
Yeah, a
don't
lot
know.
of people have
Frustrated
got,
and
and you know
defeated.
what? I was there myself, so it was a lot of trial and error
Mhm.
of trying to get it, to work. And clearly, it doesn't work with every single picture, but I've gotten at least 10 pictures out of that same coloring book to work. So
That's incredible.
I
How
haven't
many of you
painted-
would like to do that as a class? So yeah, wouldn't you love to do that? All right.
all right,
Oh,
What is
how beautiful this is.
you saw that.
Yeah.
Oh yes, no,
That
I,
was in the-
I have pictures of this. I still have pictures of this on my phone. I think this is so pretty.
Oh wait,
Is
we
it?
gotta hold it this way. I don't know if we can see the whole thing.
We'll just cover you up.
What is it?
That's all right. This is how I quilt.
Maybe if we
So,
here, let's
One
This
of the problems that I
gorgeous.
had run into with edge to edge quilting
You want to just show them a
designs
little at a time?
yeah.
for my embroidery machine was that they never were the right designs for the fabric that I had. And when I found this panel,
Oh,
I fell in love with it, but nowhere in any search could I find an edge-to-edge embroidery design with poinsettias on it that would complement this. Again, my signature monofilament thread on the top, but on the back, this was quilted on a multi-needle machine. On the back, there's 30-weight metallic thread.
Can we
Oh!
show that? Let's show
Yeah, not always good. It's black, so I don't know how well it'll show up. Not always good on a traditional machine.
On
like sparkly.
But if
Yeah.
you do have a multi-needle machine, the multi-needle machines don't seem to balk at it.
Yeah, because I always
Extra
tell you
light.
ladies, don't you put that metallic thread in your bobbin. Well, on your multi-needle.
Oh, and this. Her little.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
look
that
at her
is so
tag.
sweet.
Isn't that sweet? Did you do that in your software?
Uh-huh.
So,
So
So
this is the
create
most
your own
exciting
labels
part
in your software.
about this. Is, I talked about those SVG files. There's a lot, when you buy a long arm quilting design, I don't have a long arm quilting machine, mainly because I don't really quilt. But there's a lot of really fun patterns in long arm quilting designs. There is a whole, it's like it's like edge to edge university. The library goes to the ceiling. So my mission was to be able to sew that out on my embroidery machine and make it a PES file. And I was able to do that in my software in 2 clicks.
Oh,
2 clicks.
Two
Joey, we love
clicks.
that.
2 clicks.
Now, Shauna, when you did that class,
Yes.
did they not match perfectly
Oh, they
using
matched
using
completely,
the live
yeah.
camera view?
perfectly.
So, and then
Absolutely
what if
perfectly.
you,
The live camera view can be used on either the Luminaire or the PR 1050X. On the Dream Machine, you can still do it because you have a camera. You don't have the same live camera view, but you still have a camera.
how about if you don't have a camera?
If you don't have
Or
a
the live
camera
view.
or the live view, you can print a template out in software, or you can print it out. Yeah, you have to be able to print it.
Or
So
stitch it out. I
or
mean,
stitch
if
it out.
you do edge to edge, because we teach that as a class.
you can stitch it out on heavyweight stabilizer and use your
Yes!
stabilizer for a pattern.
So you're not, if you don't have the camera,
Everybody plays along. Nobody
you can
gets
still,
left out.
You
So
can
wonderful.
still do this project.
Yeah.
And
I suggest you have at least an 8x12 hoop.
yes.
5x7 is gonna. Don't get shocked. But this is the beauty of having a camera. Is this quilt is almost covers the top of my queen size bed. There was 72 hoopings, and every single one of them matches. And with the method that I was using to rehoop, I was off the machine and back on the machine in 90 seconds or less. Shauna knows that because we
Yes.
did that in
Yes.
class.
It's
They
so
were
fast.
off and on in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
It's
So
so
it
fast.
didn't take that long to do.
Edge to edge, and now you're not limited to just buying, the packet of Edge to Edge designs, which we love because they're beautiful.
Yes, that's how I started.
Yeah, buy a long arm design,
Yes.
because the library is so tremendous. Buy a long arm design, and hopefully we'll have that class. We'll have a class.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna have that class.
This one would be hard to do, I think, online. I think that when we can practice better social distancing, that
Yes.
this is one this one is one that I think is so much fun, because here's the joy that I get out of teaching is I love to see that light bulb go like that. And I can't see that light bulb go like that if you're in your room and I'm in mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
That does make it a little harder.
but you never know.
And we've done classes where I've said, I don't know what this real life, what the real life, camera's for. Michelle does.
Yeah.
So excited.
She loves that one.
She loves it, and I've never used it because I didn't know when
She
I
loves
would
it,
use
and
it.
she hates to read the directions.
Yeah. So now we have somebody to show you how to use that feature on your
Oh, this
machine.
is so
I do
cute.
love panels. Panels are my jam when it comes to quilts, mainly because I don't have to cut a lot of
This
fabric.
is so cute.
This one
Okay.
has
We're gonna hold this one up.
monofilament thread on the front, and again, I run the monofilament thread on my multi-needle machine.
Yeah.
I don't
There's a
make
bunch
any
of
adjustments
little
for it
itty bitty
whatsoever.
baby spider webs all
And this
over
was
it.
edge to edge with another.
That's one
long
of the
arm.
Amelie Scott
The
ones.
back.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So this is edge to edge with. This is edge to edge with Amelie Scott's
Like
edge to
Glow in
edge.
the dark.
Oh, and glow in the dark thread.
It is
Oh
so.
my God, it is fantastic.
I love this.
Can you say deal of the day?
Deal with it.
Deal of the day.
I'll tell you what, I love those. I love those Amelie Scott. They taught me how to edge quilt.
Yep.
And I think that's the beauty of learning. I think as master makers that we love to pick the most complicated project as our first project.
Mhm.
It's what we do. So I feel like my job is to start you off with the most basic project. Everybody does the same project so that you get fundamentals. You get something you can build on. So you start with the Amelie Scott edge to edge. You learn how to edge quilt, and then you expand your horizons by saying, okay, I want a poinsettia. Let me go find a poinsettia. How do I make that poinsettia be so that I can sew it out on my machine? So it's 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. This, oh my gosh, this one.
It's so pretty.
This is a labor of love. This quilt has, this one's mine, and it has a story. I started this quilt 10 years ago when I bought my first set of Molly Mine in the hoop quilt designs.
We know there's a lot of you Molly Mine fans out
Yes.
there.
I love those Molly Mines. So, and then I thought, I want my quilt to be different. And because I don't come from a quilting background, I don't know what the rules are, so I'm okay with breaking them because I don't even know what they are to begin with. So this quilt has silk in it, it has suede in it, it has leather in it, it has metallic thread, it has regular thread. The beginning was, it's an 8x8 Molly Mine block. When I started, I only had an 8x8 hoop. That was the biggest hoop I had. Okay. I realized really quickly that being an instant gratification girl, that an 8x8 hoop is not going to be big enough to make a quilt that you can nap in. I want it to cover my feet and wrap around me. It has to be big enough. So fast forward to the pandemic, and I had all these blocks, and my chore was to use up all the unused stuff because what the heck, Hobby Lobby's closed, everybody's closed. I can't go buy fabric, I can't go buy vinyl, I can't go buy anything because I'm a touchy-feely. So I brought it out and I thought, okay, I need to make this work. So a lot of you have many of the Anita Good design in the hoop quilt block. So that's what the outside is I took the 8x8 block. Now I have a 9.5 by 9.5 inch hoop, and I made that size of the quilt block. And then it still wasn't big enough, so I did the in the hoop sashing,
I love that.
and then sewed it together. If you have a brother or baby lock machine that has that move it foot, if you don't love that move it foot more than anything else in your box, you don't know your move it foot, because I did not pin a single thing on this quilt. The move it foot guides everything evenly. What's the move it foot? It's that one you plug in. It's the Cadillac with fins that came
Oh,
in
like
your
the
box.
digital dual feed.
The digital dual feed foot?
Yes.
Oh my God. I just haven't heard it called the Move It foot. If you know me, you know that's all I use. I'm either using my embroidery foot or
So
the
did
Move It
you
foot.
piece any of this besides the blocks? Like did you?
They're all in the hoop pieces.
I
that
think
I
that is
So
incredible.
yeah,
Everything
That is
so
so
a
amazing.
combination
I did not
of
measure. Nothing was measured.
or,
at
or
all.
pre-cut. You didn't cut
Nothing
strips
was
or
measured.
anything.
Nothing was pre-cut. I just random cut.
So so this is Molly Mine, and then you combined it with Anita Good,
design.
Anita Good Quilting 123.
Yes, quilting 123.
Quilting
On my
123.
machine, so not even in software. There's no software even used here.
Yeah. So just combining designs
Yeah.
on the machine. That's it.
This was a sit and sew thing.
It's fantastic.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
It looks
here.
like you pieced it all.
You guys can't see
Nope,
it
it's
all.
all. It's all.
Oh, it's a
hoop.
big one.
It's
Yep.
heavy.
Yeah, it's
It
heavy
is
and
heavy.
it's
It's
so
like a big
soft and it's
cuddle
so
neck
comfy
blanket.
and it's so beautiful.
And like all the different textures in it too. I think that's incredible.
Yeah. If you don't know Molly Mine, go to their website because she has just super
So
fun,
many.
crazy
Yes,
quilt.
There's Christmas one. There's there's baby ones. One of the things I love to do when I'm quilting, one of the reasons why you don't see many puckers in the hoop quilts,
Yeah.
and they're soft, is because I actually don't use stabilizer when I quilt. So this is in the hoop. I use stabilizer underneath the block where the embroidery is because that needs stabilizer, and then I tore it away.
Yep.
When I actually sewed the block together, the only thing that's in here is a piece of muslin. I use my muslin as my stabilizer, as my base, because all you're doing is running a straight stitch.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So
then it's
this
super
has
soft.
stabilizer that's torn off.
Mhm.
This, no stabilizer, just
Yeah.
muslin.
So
That's
stabilizer
incredible.
here torn off and behind this muslin, because if you were to feel it, because sometimes you'll feel an embroidered quilt and
And
it
they
feels
stand up.
stiff
Stiff. Like
and
really
it's
stiff.
not comfy. If you felt this one, you would just want to curl up with it, especially
Take a
on
nap.
a day
Yes.
like today.
And
it'd
you
be
know what?
so comfy.
If I would had access to fabric somewhere, it would have flannel on the back because that's what I like on my
Yeah.
quilts because they're warm.
I do the
you
same.
know,
Yeah.
and they don't slip.
So, our first event is going to be, we'll put it on your calendar. Is it, was it
It is June.
18th, 19th, 20th?
Yes.
The weekend of the 18th, 19th, and 20th, whatever that is. So it's we're going to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be 3 different days and probably 3 to 4 hours per day. And we're going to be incorporating everything. So we're going to be incorporating software, scan and cut, and then embroidery and just putting it all
Yeah.
together.
The
So
first,
exciting.
we're gonna use some of the built-in. We're gonna use Design Center as well. So the first day we'll be creating what I'm gonna create. I'm not gonna give you any clues. You're just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna create it in Design Center. If you don't have
So
Design
excited.
Center on your machine, I'm also gonna create it in PE Design or Palette 11 software. Also can be done in
So
the version 10, but you'll have to figure. The directions will be written for 11, but there's only a few things in there that you won't have.
So Design Center is the same as IQ.
Design
so
Center,
Design Center and IQ.
You can do the Design Center on either, we're going to do a 7.5 by 7.5 inch something. So you only need, you can use the Dream Machine or Destiny.
Dream Machine, Destiny,
Destiny, so what-
Meridian has it, the Altair, right? Because they all have Design Center.
well, I'm going to tell you the brother ones. I'm still learning
Yes,
the Baby Lock
okay.
one, so please don't be offended if I don't know your machine by name. I will learn it, I promise. Design Center is on the PR1050X, it's on the Luminaire, and it's on the Dream Machine, and it's only on those models comparable in the Baby Lock
Yeah,
line.
so
So,
if
the
you-
lower end models don't have
Yes.
Design Center.
So if you have a Baby Lock, that means you're going to be able to be on your Valiant, your Destiny, your Solaris, your we're going to be able to do Stellaire, Altair, Meridian, because they all have Design Center.
Oh,
or,
okay, I don't
or
have
they all have Design Center or
Probably
IQ
have to come in
Designer.
the store to do the directions for that because I don't have one. I
It's
don't have
almost
stuff.
like the same exact layout as the Dream Machine.
Is it?
Yeah. But they have an
Cool.
app. An app.
Yeah,
you
they
take
have an
a
app
picture.
where they take
You wanna
a
help?
picture. Yes,
Yes.
yes, I would love to.
I'll send
Yeah.
you the directions and you do it in the Stellaire format.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And then, because we know we want to do this where everyone can be involved at whatever
Yes.
level they want to be involved. So if you want to try out software, there's going to be a trial that you're going to be able to use to join us. It's
I'm
gonna.
not sure how long the trial version is. I think it might be good for 30 days. So.
So don't log on now.
Yeah,
Download
don't
it
log,
yet.
don't
Log on
download it
now.
now.
You want to
for the
download it
class.
before the class so that you
wanna
have it
that
available.
to get the maximum. So I'm going to try to break it. I don't like to see anybody feel like they can't be in or do something. So if you have a machine that doesn't have at least an 8x8 hoop, if you have a 5x7, you can do it. It's going to be pretty small because we have to create the pieces that fit in that. But I will make sure that those files are available at a nominal cost and that'll fit a 5x7 hoop so that you can at least do the sewing part of the class.
That's
So
incredible.
the second class, we're gonna actually start sewing out, and I'm gonna show you some of my techniques for doing where you have a combination where you have embroidery that requires stabilizer and something else that doesn't require stabilizer, so you know how to make that muslin available. There will be a supply list long before. I'm going to work on the project this week. And then the last day will be my magical way of sewing things together so that everything lines up. If you have a Move It foot, fabulous, or digital dual feet, however you call it. Move It is a brother term, I think.
I think that's very cute.
I think
Yes.
that's a
I think
brother
that's super cute.
We're going to call it that. We're going to be like, your Move It foot.
Yeah.
Because when
Because
we
doesn't that sound
first
cute?
got it, we all the educators sat in the room and go, move it, move it, move
I
it.
love that. That is so cute.
I love
So
that.
that's how it got that moniker. And then the last day we'll be sewing it all together, and
everyone can do that. Is there
Yeah.
a skin and cut?
there will be scan and cut. We're going to cut some. Thank you for reminding me. It's going to have a little something on it that needs to have fabric cut.
Something.
And so I'm not giving it away. I'm
Yes,
just
so
not.
exciting.
if you don't have this scan and cut, that's okay too, because we'll make a kit available.
There's going to be a
so
kit
you
available.
can still be
It's why-
involved.
It's why I'm not giving you any clues, because I have to really kind of sit down and think about how everybody can participate.
Yes.
And that's why it's going to be in three separate classes. So if you don't have software at all, you don't want software.
So amazing.
If you don't
That's so
have
amazing.
a Dream or Destiny or a machine that has Design Center in it, then I have to create those for you that will be available probably as part of a kit. And then you would just do class 2 where we sewed them out.
Yeah.
And then class 3 where we put them together.
Yeah, so we're gonna make it. I mean, we're still like, this is new for us. So
New for me too.
It's new for all of us, and new for you too.
Yes.
So we're putting it together where you can sign up right for all 3 classes, or you could sign up for class 3, or you can sign up for class 1 and 3. But you'll probably want to sign up for all of them.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be fun.
So, and my hope is that I can get a little bit more software classes going, but please keep in mind that I like to separate my classes. So if you're really new, if you're really scared, if you don't know what to do at all, you've never opened it, or you've opened it once and ran from the room screaming, I want you in a different class than the person that wants to learn how to quilt, make quilting designs, do all that stuff. It's not that it's that complicated, because truly I'm a what they call a 20-minute gal. If I can't make it in software in 20 minutes, I'm going to outsource it. But there's so much you can do. And then my hope is that we get an ongoing group of classes that you can jump into at any time once you know the fundamentals.
That is so incredible.
And each project will address a different feature in the software or in the machine, and then you can make, like, instead of a notebook,
We're
you
so
can make
excited.
a notebook if you want, but and some projects will work great from notebook because they'll just be a technique. But that you, along with learning software and learning your scan and cut, you'll learn your machine, and you'll be having fun, and you won't be going, I don't know how to do this. I don't want to look at the manual.
Yes.
And please don't look at the manual. I hate the manual.
Yeah,
I
no
know the
manual.
I had to help translate them from Japanese to English. We call it Japanglish. It's kind of translated, but we have to proofread it.
I think that I'm so excited.
So,
I'm so excited.
so everything's going to be put together this week. So next Tuesday is the day we'll have the
A reveal, project
we'll
reveal.
have the project reveal, and we'll kind of have more of an itinerary for how the class structure is going to work for those 3 days. But put in your calendar. We're looking at the
18th, 19th, and 20th.
That's the right days.
Yes.
The Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of that weekend. I know a lot of you are disappointed that the quilt show isn't going to be going on, so we're trying to,
Just get so
bring
excited.
some classes
Yes.
in and
Yeah.
have some
This is so
exciting things.
So, and please let Jeannie and Shauna know if you have suggestions of things. I mean, I'm always
that you'd be
open to
interested
covering.
in, or-
Oh,
We'll do
my
these.
God.
These are gonna come up
Yeah.
too. So we'll have these classes.
We'll have a
We're gonna
candy
do
bag.
the little
I want a
keychains,
bow
which are
class.
so the
I think
bow
that is
class.
so cute. Like
So-
just to be able to put it on everything and know
wallets,
that it's yours.
the
So I
wallet
have
class.
some ideas on this.
Okay,
Do I have to stop talking, or can I still talk?
No,
let's
keep
go.
going, you
We've
have.
got 56 ladies watching right now.
Okay. I had an idea for this. I wanted to be able to do this, to be able to have you learn how to merge designs together and have something that you actually wanted to make. I have, this one's an applique that's a Mickey Mouse that I purchased. You don't have to have that. You can have whatever. So the first class would be discussion on, you would have to buy the wallet pattern. It's an in the hoop pattern, and I will tell you where to get it. You can use any applique or whatever that you desire out of the collection that's probably like mine that exceeds your life expectancy. But it needs to fit in a 5x7 frame. So the peaker designs that you've used for like hooded towels and stuff, those work well. So that would be the first class, and we would either combine the designs in software or you would combine it on the screen of your machine, and I will have a detailed lesson plan on how that works. The second class would be actually sewing it all together. In other words, going through one step at a time, how to do the insert part and how to sew everything together. And then I think that would be fun to have a show and tell.
Yes.
And I have at home, I have a couple of things I can use as prizes from me.
Ooh,
yeah.
that's
Who doesn't
so
love a prize? I
exciting.
know you ladies love
So,
prizes.
there's a hole in there.
Yeah.
There's a kit that I got that has, they're like pieces of metal that have a blade at one end, and so you set it down on top of a hard surface and you smack it with a hammer and it cuts that hole for you.
Wow.
And I have a set that has 24 different shapes.
Wow.
Including the
Oh.
shape that goes with this one. So it's really handy for any wallet that you might want to do that has a twist lock on it.
That's incredible.
And I also have a couple more left of this bronzy colored clasp. So I will put a supply list together, and you'll have plenty of time to have Jeannie maybe order some, or
Yes.
you can order some,
I'm
or
ordering
they're easy to
everything.
find. That you just need a specific size. And so the prize would be a bronze, so that you can make another wallet, because once you start, you will not stop.
Yeah.
Is it so addictive?
It's addictive. And a set of the cutters to make holes, so that your holes have a nice clean finish on them.
Yeah.
Sound
Sounds
fun?
awesome.
That is
Sounds
awesome.
awesome.
What do you think? Does that
That's
sound fun? Give me some
incredible.
feedback here.
Yeah. So that is
So
exciting. Okay,
Yay.
ladies. So we're gonna have a lot of exciting stuff coming up, exciting classes, event coming up.
Oh
We're
my
so
God.
excited to have Michelle here.
I'm so
we feel
excited.
so lucky. Because she's been traveling for the past 15 years, and even though she's local, she hasn't been available for us.
I
'cause-
have not taught a class
Yes.
in Reno in 15 years.
Yes.
That's
So
crazy.
we're
so
we're
crazy.
excited that, and we feel so lucky that we
Oh
have
my
a
God.
resource
I
like
feel
Michelle.
blessed.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes,
do.
we
I
know.
do. Honestly, I was so impressed with Shauna, and I love Jeannie. I mean, I love you guys' enthusiasm. You have more enthusiasm than...
Because we're excited.
It's so exciting.
We're excited
Well,
because
it's
there's something to be
It's
excited
contagious.
about. And
There's
so
just so much
join us.
potential.
Join us tomorrow because we'll have our live feed tomorrow, of course. But Tuesday we'll be
Yeah, but it's
regrouping
a-
and
that's
we'll be
already
announcing
with the
all the
pattern and all.
details. And
Yeah.
everyone's ready to sign up. They're sending stuff in that says "Sign me up." We're so excited. I absolutely love it. And
Thank you for making me feel welcome.
Page will go live in like 3 minutes.
Patrick says the promotion page will go live in 3 minutes.
Yes.
And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great
Bye,
Tuesday,
everyone.
ladies.
Have
I'm
a great
looking
day.
forward to meeting you all, online or otherwise.
Yay!